Hello, my name is Bob Vandenberg from the University of Georgia in Athens, Georgia. I'm going to be teaching the Introduction to Structural Equation Modeling workshop at the University of Melbourne at the end of February of 2014. In this workshop, we'll start out with how to undertake confirmatory factor analysis, and I will also show you how to do exploratory factor analysis as well, and the comparisons between the two of them. Then we'll segue pretty quickly into a lot of different types of basic path models and in terms of interpreting the paths. And I plan to first show you how to do path modeling using a regression-based approach, and then we'll transfer into a latent variable, or what's known as a structural equation modeling approach, the same types of path modeling and stuff. I also will show you how to use both continuous as well as dichotomous dependent variables, with the latter showing you how to undertake and interpret logistic regression coefficients, both again in regression as well as in a structural equation modeling approach. Weaved within all of that, within the CFA as well as the basic path modeling, we will have a lot of discussion on model fit, what the different fit indices are, how important it is to arrive at a balance of the different fit indices for proper model interpretation, as well as the interpretation of the various paths, and get into the topic of model trimming, or theory trimming as it's sometimes referred to. After we get through some of the basic path modeling issues, we will then segue into mediation analysis. I plan to cover some of the basic underpinnings and some of the current thoughts on mediation analysis, and then I plan on to actually show you how to do this. Again, first starting with a regression-based approach, since regression is what most of us understand, and then moving into a latent variable or structural equation modeling approach. I will also show you how to undertake the Sobel test, which is one way of dealing with the lack of non-normality with the indirect effect, which is basically a product term. And I will also show you how to do bootstrapping, so that you know how to do both things. And then with time permitting, I plan to move into some basic moderator analysis. We can't get into in-depth topics such as moderated mediation, but what I would like to do is show you how to specify moderator terms, both again from a regression perspective, and then move into latent moderator terms and how to use those in the basic path models. And again, there will be a lot of emphasis on model interpretation as well as theory trimming and model fit. My approach throughout this whole thing is I usually take about half the time in lecture, just kind of get through some of the basic premises underlying each one of the techniques or the things that we're talking about. And then the other half the time, I turn it over to you to actually run some examples of what we're talking about, so that you begin to develop a library of examples that you can take home with you, that you can refer to at a later time. I will tell you that I use M+. That's my structural equation modeling program of choice. I encourage you to use M+ as well. However, I think in this workshop, if you have Literal or EQS, I think you'll be fine in that. I will provide the data so that all of us are working from a common database. I also will send you home with literally several hundred pages of workshop materials and handouts that you can then refer to at a later time and pull out for your own use to guide your own research efforts and things. I thank you, and I look forward to meeting and seeing you for the 2.5 days at the University of Melbourne. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please contact me at rvandenb@uga.edu. Again, that's rvandenb@uga.edu. Thank you. Bye.